Well, they play in a great league, the SEC. LSU has a lot of history and tradition in basketball. They always recruit well. Um, they're still in the running right now, obviously, for an SEC championship. They have the looks of a second weekend, kind of NCAA tournament team that could go deep. When I say that, you're a game away from the Final Four, right? So they've got NBA players on their roster. It appears that they've got a pretty good chemistry amongst them because guys definitely have roles. This guy might shoot 3 or 4 times more than this guy, but it looks like they all understand, what's going on with roles. Looks like they play together well. So they're one of the best teams in college basketball, no doubt about it. It's a great opportunity for us. These are the teams that we like to play, we want to play, and actually, we've tried to talk to LSU about non-conference scheduling and hoping at some point we can get that done. Just a program we have a lot of respect for, and we're looking forward to the challenge and the opportunity of playing in them on this stage.
What has allowed Cameron Thomas to adapt to the college game so quickly and allowed him to have that type of offensive success in the first 10 to 15 games?
I don't know. I'm not the expert on that. I'm not in their locker room. I don't coach him, but like I've already mentioned, there appears to be kind of a chemistry. Whenever you have a high volume shooter, whenever you have scores like they have, there's guys passing the ball to him, there's guys rebounding for him. So, but he's a talented player. You take the freshman deal away and just look at him as a basketball player. He's one of the best scorers in college basketball. Then add the fact that he's a young guy. It obviously translates to him having a lot of basketball ahead of him.
Carlos, you want to take one back?
LSU is a team that is able to turn people over a lot, especially in the category of just straight up steals. Defensively, teams that lead the country in steals that you've faced, do they all do one thing kind of similarly, or does LSU do something uniquely that allows them to have that success?
Well, I think everybody has a defensive identity. Many teams in college basketball, including ourselves, we try to force turnovers. Um, best way to play defense is if the other team doesn't get to shoot. So um, LSU definitely has a defensive identity. They'll pick up full court. They have different kinds of presses. They have different kinds of half court defense, and um, I don't have a chance to study them year in year out. This is a one game pop, and we have seen every game they played, but obviously um, probably not the expert on them as maybe some other people in their league would be. But what I think is they have a strong commitment to guard the 3 point line, and they have a strong commitment to try to cause turnovers. So this is definitely the focal point in the game plan for us. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't. It's what it looks like to me.
Carlos?
LSU is the second leading scoring team in the SEC. What does that kind of tell you about their scoring talent and just the challenge it presents for you all, especially against a team that's obviously not? You guys are obviously focused on grinding them out, but with them being able to score so well, what do you have to do to slow them down and get them out of what they want to do?
Well, again, I think it's their identity on offense. LSU's teams in the past have looked very similar to this. It's a system thing. They're playing a certain way offensively that has a lot of aggressiveness to it. Then on this year's team, you just look at the talent they have. Two of the top scorers in the SEC, so that's going to translate, to them being good offensively. I think starting point guard and one of the starting forwards, number 4. They've got some really good players. I think the leading scorer in the NBA, guy get a lot of attention, but I would tell you they're 5 or 6 deep in terms of really really good SEC players. So we've got a lot of concern, a lot of respect for a bunch of guys on their roster, not just the ones that kind of get the national ink, if that makes sense. Their point guard's a really good player, and 4 is one of the best college players that I've had a chance to study this year.
Last one for me. You mentioned Watford and some of their talent, but with the way things are with COVID and the home attendances not being as high as they would be, what do you feel they've done to be able to hold that home court advantage kind of the way you all have, to where they've only lost one game, and that one game is to a very, very good Alabama team so far this season?
Yeah, again, Carlos, I just think they're one of the best teams in college basketball. You know, they're in the running for an SEC championship. They have returning players that played for this coach and this program in the past. They've got new guys making big contributions. They have a defensive identity. They have an offensive identity. You know, I think they've got some fans coming to the games. We're all in different situations, but I know the games we've been able to watch on certain TV angles, it looks like, you know, their fans are coming out and supporting the team, socially distanced, kind of like our fans are. But, you know, I think that they're one of the teams around the country that has a fan base that's being really careful and safe, but also supporting the team. So I would agree with you. It looks like they've got a home court advantage this year. We're looking forward to the opportunity. We know it's not going to be easy. We're going to have to play great, but it's a great opportunity for us. Big 12 SEC Challenge. These are the teams that we like to play.
Yeah, Coach, Clarence Doley hadn't been getting a whole lot of action, and then suddenly he pops up against West Virginia and gets quite a few meaningful minutes, which probably surprised some people. I was wondering if you could just talk a little bit about the decision of you know, inserting him into this game and how that came about.
Yeah, no surprise to us. It wasn't all of a sudden to us. Clarence has been consistently playing better in practice, been producing. He's had some game opportunities along the way where he played well. And so in this game, you know, Clarence was deserving of the opportunity. You know, it wasn't like I just woke up this morning and said, hey, I really like Clarence. Let me do this. I like all these guys. If it was up to me, they would all get to play the minutes that they all want to play, but it just doesn't work that way in a team sport. There's a toughness and a patience to playing at this level, and Clarence has shown that, so he's deserving of his opportunity. And then when he got in the game, he played really well, which leads to more opportunity. I thought Buzo was in the same category, played some winning basketball, look for those guys to get more opportunity. And then Vlad, just like I'd been talking about Clarence and Buzo, Vlad is right there. So he continues to play better in practice and produce. You know, opportunities will come. You know, obviously Avery wasn't a part of last game, banged up a little bit. We hope to get him back sooner than later. But, you know, opportunity comes in different forms. But Clarence and Buzo did a great job, you know, answering the bell when it was their turn. Yeah, I like that word, opportunity. It's exactly what it is. You know, everybody kind of has a different opinion on these games, like the Big 12 SEC Challenge. But to me, you know, above all, I think whatever's best for the game, college basketball, and whatever's best for the players kind of always trumps everything. And I feel no different. From a coaching standpoint, as you guys can imagine, we're right in the middle of the Big 12 race. But I think this is a great day for the Big 12 and SEC basketball. We're really the highlight of the country's sports on this day, right? Super Bowl is not until the next day, and then trying to think of the other sports going on. But all 5 of these, all 10 of these games will be, high-profile games. So I think it's great for both leagues. I think it's great for college basketball. Personally, opinion, really doesn't matter. I think anything that's great for the game, I think, we should do that.